Have you ever tried Shopska salad? If not, you're truly missing out on a healthy European treat. It's a traditional fresh chopped salad served daily in Eastern Europe that is absolutely delicious. One particular ingredient makes this dish extra special. For those who have been with me from the start, you know I don't share recipes often. But when I do, they're irresistibly simple and undeniably delicious. And this Shopska salad is no exception. It's called Shopska. It's a chopped salad that is said to have originated in Bulgaria. The origin story changes depending on who you ask. It's also known as shepherd's chopped salad. It's packed with fresh seasonal vegetables such as cucumber, tomatoes, onions, and more. There are also mouth-watering Eastern additions like olive oil, red wine vinegar, and crumbled feta cheese. As with any salad, you'll find slight variations, but here are the vegetables I've chosen for the Shopska I'll share with you today. I'll be talking about the exact amounts as we go on with the recipe. English cucumber, green bell pepper, you can use banana peppers, ripe juicy tomatoes, chopped fresh parsley, and don't panic or stop the video on this one, some finely chopped cilantro. It's optional, it's not a traditional part of Shopska salad. You'll also need some onion. Along with the vegetables, I'll grind and add fresh black peppercorns and all-natural sea salt to taste. The delectable flavors of red wine vinegar and extra virgin olive oil are added to the salad marinade. We'll top it all off with crumbled feta cheese. I highly recommend seeking out authentic goat feta as used in Europe. Americanized cow feta just isn't the same. Of course, you always want to wash fresh produce. I begin with 5 beautiful red vine-ripened tomatoes. You want the tomatoes to be beautifully ripe. Making this salad at the peak of tomato season is ideal. Select a large, deep green bell pepper with no yellow or brown spots. Alternatively, you can use 2 banana peppers for a sharper kick of flavor. I have a nice long English cucumber. If you aren't using cucumbers immediately, always store them in your produce drawer or toward the front of your refrigerator. I have ruined plenty of perfect cukes by over-chilling them. 1 medium yellow onion adds wonderful flavor to Shopska. I have a monster yellow onion for my salad. Onion is not Shopska's star ingredient. I'll half the onion and save the other half for another dish. Shopska requires 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh parsley. The 2 tablespoons is a finished dry measurement. In other words, you must have 2 full tablespoons of parsley after you finish finely chopping. It's hard to judge just how much to begin with, so I usually end up with more than enough. But who doesn't love fresh parsley? It will all be consumed in one way or another. I suggest washing and chopping 1/4 of the fresh parsley you can hold in a single hand. This should come close to 2 tablespoons of finished chopped fresh parsley. After rinsing, I give leafy vegetables a little shake to remove the excess water, then gently fold them in paper towels, allowing all the extra moisture to drain. Please don't stop the video here. I am sympathetic to those who think it tastes worse than soap. It's an injustice of the palate to many. I'll add 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped cilantro to my Shopska. I want to create fresh salsa with the remainder of this beautiful bunch of flavorful cilantro. Using a small sharp paring knife, I'll remove the tomato core. This step is important as it removes the tough part of the tomato, making it easier to slice and enhancing the salad's texture. Now I can cut my tomatoes. I'm using a super sharp knife. I love a knife that keeps a good edge rather than a serrated knife. Serrated blades tend to go sideways while slicing. As I finely dice these 5 vine-ripened tomatoes, I'll share a bit of the backstory of why I'm preparing Shopska today. My oldest daughter is part of a discipleship intern program. 2 days ago, she was supposed to travel with all her fellow interns to North Macedonia and Serbia for an outreach with special needs children. In those areas, children with special needs are often looked down upon and cast aside based on their disabilities. My daughter looked forward to joining her friends and showing love to these phenomenal children. A few days before the interns were scheduled to leave, she took a short hike alone through the woods near her dorm. She was searching for morel mushrooms. She's a former sous chef who appreciates cooking with all the delicious treats nature offers. Sadly, she took a bad step while exploring, landing on her wrist from a 2.5-foot drop. The impact broke her radius in two. This is the first broken bone she has ever had in her life. We initially hoped she would be able to join the others in this outreach. Still, her doctor made a convincing argument against her going. The flights alone would be over 14 hours, not including layovers and delays. Altitude and pressure changes aren't the best situations for a freshly broken bone. Also, she would be in Europe for 2 weeks. During that time, if the cast became wet or there were any complications from the fresh break, proper medical treatment may be difficult. So we made the tough decision for her to stay home. Hopefully, she'll have another opportunity for an international outreach trip next year. All of that to say, the leader of the internship program and owner of the property where she lives kept mentioning this delicious salad that everyone must try while in Macedonia. That is why we are making this today. I wanted her to have a little taste of Macedonian Shopska here at home. I'll remove the stem and core from this nice green pepper. I'm keeping all these scraps. I'll feed them to the ducks in a bit, so you'll see how they're doing. We have a couple of new additions. This is a funny story. A friend of ours who works in a local supermarket had a gentleman come in carrying a box. He opened the small box, revealing 2 ducklings. He stated, "There's nothing I can do with these ducks. I can't keep them." Then, without further explanation, he handed them to our friend and proceeded to walk away. So she's like, "What will we do with these ducks?" She took them home, and her parents were a bit disconcerted about the situation. The parents knew we had ducks, but didn't realize we had such a good setup for ducks. Fortunately, we were prepared and able to take in those 2 little ducklings. I kept them inside until they could go outside, and it became warm enough for them to go outside. As they grew, we didn't know what we had. One was a Swedish blue, which we have had before. They are beautiful, tender, sweet, loving ducks, but can get as large as swans. I wasn't sure about keeping that one. Nonetheless, we were willing to take it in and see what happened. The other one was a complete mystery to us. It looked like a mallard, but it wasn't a wild duck. It was a domesticated duck. So we watched that one grow and mature, and he has turned into the most beautiful rowan duck with the most vivid feathers. The turquoise, purple, and blues on him are just gorgeous. He seems to get prettier and prettier. He is a male, as I mentioned. Typically, I don't keep the males. I rehome them. I don't eat them. I don't eat my ducks. I use their eggs. My youngest daughter is a bit squeamish at the thought of eating fertilized eggs, so up to this point I haven't kept any males. We'll see how gentle he is with the other ladies and how things work out. I like the way this duck looks. He's beautiful. He's a little more timid than the other ducks we have. We have 2 pecans and 2 cayuga. The other was a Swedish blue, and now we have the rowan. We'll go out and see them in just a little bit. I don't want to mutilate this bell pepper, but I like tiny pieces. That is part of the charm of this salad. The delicious crunch that meets you with each bite. There are so many flavors and it will be so good. I can't wait to experience this Macedonian delicacy. Now I'm chopping a long English cucumber into small pieces. Cucumbers are one of my favorite things. I love them as is or pickled. I'll dice it as small as I can, and I'm doing the best that I can. The smaller the pieces, the more flavor variety we'll enjoy with each bite. I cut the cucumber into eighths long ways before chopping them into smaller pieces. This smells so fresh and wonderful. I can't wait to sample this chopped salad. Now I cut the ends off my large yellow onion. I'm keeping the skin on as long as possible to avoid tears. I cut it in half, saving one half for another dish. You only need one medium yellow onion. The onion I picked up today is a monster. Now I discard the onion skins. This is one treat that should not go to ducks. Keeping the skin on the other half and sealing it in airtight plastic wrap helps it stay fresh longer. Now I finally dice my onion half. I go over the onion again, chopping away. It may not be the best method, but I know I won't get my fingers in the way. I remove any tough stems from the parsley, then rock a sharp knife over the gathered bunch, chopping small bits with each knife roll. Lastly, I chop a little bit of my fresh cilantro. Remember, don't panic, it's optional. Loosely measure 1/2 cup of crumbled feta cheese and set it aside. Before I assemble and show you the other ingredients, we're going to take this delicious salad of scraps to the ducks. I can assure you they like everything in there. Who wants some treats? Who would like some treats today? So good. So good for you. This is Miss Swan, and she is a veggie eater. I think she likes vegetables more than any of them. She is a special ducky. She has a impacted sinus or some kind of a foreign object lodged in her sinuses, so she goes through cycles of swelling and then that pressure is released. She's been with us almost 2 years now. Surgery was too risky, and she has a very happy life and she wants some more treats. Probably the most tame of everybody. That has something to do with all of the special care in seeing the vet with us, and she's had lots of extra cuddles. Over here is Waddles. She is a Cayuga duck. Oh, Miss Swan is a pekin. She's a pekin with a big chicken. Miss Waddles is a very shy girl. She's very soft and cuddly, one of the softest of our whole little flock here. And here comes Miss Pope. She's the star of the show. She is a fan favorite with her big bouffant hairdo. She's loud and proud, and she thinks she's the boss of the crew, but there's some debate up about that. And this little one here is Daisy. She's just a few months old. They get big really fast. She is a blue Swedish, and she is one of the drop-offs at Kroger, so we call her Daisy Cashier. This is her brother. We now know he's a boy, and he is a beautiful, handsome young man. His name is Sunflower Bagger. He is a ruin duck, and his colors are just now getting so vivid. Look at that beautiful blue on his wings. I just love it. And his green head. This is Ebony Scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt from Scuttle on The Little Mermaid, who used the fork to make the nice little loop on her head. Well, Ebony has one right there on top of her head. And the cool thing about Ebony is her feather changes seasonally. Right now it's white. In the winter it was black. All right, let's get back inside and put a salad together. Bye, guys. Love you. Assemble your Shopska salad base in a large serving bowl. Add the fresh chopped tomatoes, bell pepper, cucumber, and onion. Now I prepare the marinade in a separate bowl, beginning with 1/3 cup extra virgin olive oil. Next, I add 2 tablespoons of mouth-watering red wine vinegar. This really pulls the salad together. Coarsely grind natural sea salt and fresh peppercorns to taste. I used roughly 1 tablespoon of each. Now whisk the marinade together and slowly drizzle it evenly over the chopped salad. Stir the vegetables and marinade, ensuring the tomato juice in the bottom is well incorporated. Sprinkle the freshly chopped parsley over the top of your well-blended salad. Sprinkle the crumbled feta over the parsley, blended salad, and marinade. Cover and chill for at least 3 hours. The longer it sits in the fridge, the better the marinade blend becomes. I wouldn't chill it longer than 12 hours. Excess time in the refrigerator may cause the vegetables to become soggy. Now it's time to taste test this European masterpiece. I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste, and it looks delicious. All the tomato, cucumber, the feta cheese. Very good. Very fresh and springy. Has a nice tang. I love the balsamic or the red wine vinegar in there. All the flavors blend really well. The only thing I may do differently next time, it's kind of a selfish decision, but I'm not a big fan of onion, so I may use less onion, but overall this is a delicious side dish or main dish. Highly recommend it. Now I'm gonna go see what my daughters think, and I'll see you next time. God bless.